Welcome back, everyone, to Lore of the Shadow, where I have arrived here at the caves of the Avrim, and I need to find the leader of these people. I will have to look about. Where? I guess on a bridge or something like that. Who knows? Ah! An elf maid stands on the bridge, deep in thought. Uh, Hello there. Yes?
I am called Dorthaneth, and I have chosen to care for the Arboretum.
You have chosen to care. That's rather a strange set of wording there. Welcome to Belfalis Pine Lore. I am called Dorthaneth, and I have chosen to care for the elves here as a mother does. They are the Avarim, and they have come to this land to watch over the refuge of Ethelon and keep it safe from danger. Danger threatens it now, as you have seen. Men of Umbar have come ashore in great numbers, too many for my few Avarim to drive away. A guest is lately arrived, and we just spoke about these raiders. Go to him and hear what he has to say, for this news signals trouble for the Avarim, and for the folk of Gondor as well. Do you see him across the way? His name is Galdor, and he has lately arrived from Imladris. Well, from Imladris. Well, I've been to Imladris before. What else does she have to say?
I am glad you have come to the cave of the Arboretum.
I am glad that you have come to the cave of the Avarim, for with the dawn comes the messages from afar, and one of these concerns you directly. The Lady of Lorien speaks of cryptic words, but I can discern enough to know of what they will be able to interpret her wishes. Lady Galadriel speaks of a Gondorian man on an errand that he believes to be important. It has drawn him to the dead marshes by the battle plain of old, and his feet are dogged by serpents of the enemy. The Lady of Lorien does not need to express her desire in words for me to know what drives this message. She does not want this Gondorian man to draw the attention of the orcs of this place. The Avrim keep several fast horses to their personal use, but none as swift as that cared for by our master of horses. Speak with him, and ride to the dead marshes with the speed that you can muster, and hasten this Gondorian back to his homelands before he causes great harm by his presence there. Well, let us first speak with this arrival from Imladris. Then we could see about that horse. Actually, here is the elf from Imladris right here. Hello there, Galdor.
I know your face, for I came to Imladris some months ago and saw you there.
A council was held and many courses decided, but we will not speak of them here. Know that I hold you in esteem and consider you an ally, and we bear friends in common. It is that sense of kinship that drives me to tell you this. Do not underestimate the Corsair's threat. I gave Dorthaneth the same warning. In my journey here I came near to a group of Umbar men and overheard their talk. They spoke in reverent tones of the heirs of Castamir and the Scourge. But it is not these names that fills me with anxiety. No, the flames of my concern is kindled by the passion with which the Umbar men spoke of their loyalty. Any of them would die in the name of the heirs, and gladly, which is not a trait I have heard associated with that people before now. Something has changed. I will set out to Mithlond in a few days, but do not forget my warning. Very well. The heirs of Castamir apparently are going to be a thorn in our side. A most interesting warning.
Galdor is right to worry. The men of Umbar have not possessed loyalty like this for years.
And it was once believed that the Umbar people would decline and no longer pose a threat to their neighbors across the bay. I do not believe these heirs of Castamere are truly descended from the king, but I have paid little attention to the histories of Gondor and could not say for certain. The lives of men are brief. Before many a season is past they fall, like the leaves of the trees in my home. I have never recorded either. Dorthanat is silent for a long time, and you have almost decided to leave her in peace when she speaks again. I would be content to remain alone, listening to the sounds of water falling and sighing in the wind of the trees. But as long as the Avarim must remain here, I will care for and protect them. There are others, too, with whom I feel a kinship and would safeguard. All right?
Go to Dol Amroth and give Lothiriel my warning.
You must think that I speak of leaving the world to its troubles, but even I, with every reason to do so before me, cannot truly withdraw. I have grown fond of Lothriel, the daughter of the Prince of Dol Amroth, who rules now in his absence. On several occasions she has escaped the watchful eyes of her guard, and came to visit me outside the walls of her city. The matters of which we spoke, not war, nor armies, nor weapons. They were matters of love and of marriage, for Lothriel is betrothed to a man that she does not wish to marry. Such things are a lady's concern, and I counseled her on them as best I could. But now I must counsel her on these other concerns as well, weapons, and armies, and war. I echo the worry of Galdor. She must not underestimate the heirs of Castamere, and the one that they call the Scourge. Lothriel's father has been called to war to the east, but war finds her now in the west, and if either is lost, there is no hope for the other when the night comes. Go to Dol Amroth, and give her my warning. There is elvish blood in her line, but it is no sense of kinship that drives me to this. It is the love that I bear for the dark-haired woman who spoke to me of her hopes and her fears when the moon was high over the sea, and banished sadness for a time. Very well, I shall go to Dol Amroth and speak with Lothriel, but first I have been given an urgent summons to head over to the Dead Marshes? Ah, here's the Master of Horses.
Ride swiftly and at once, if it is the wish of Dorthaneth.
If it be Dorthanet's wish that you depart with such haste, I will not stand in your way. Because if he did, then he'd be trampled by the horse, I guess. The steeds of the Avrim may give even the fabled Myris a close race. If you want to know my opinion, ride swiftly and at once, if that is the wish of Dorthanet. So, let us head out, and let's hope we quickly get to the Dead Marshes, take care of our trouble there, and then quickly get back. Welcome to the Dead Marshes! A long journey of many miles finally concludes. You have come to the Dead Marshes. Yep, that is most definitely the case. I suppose this is the Gondorian man I'm seeking?
Hail, stranger! It is good to see a friendly face in this inhospitable land.
I caution you to watch your step, for I would not want to lose you so quickly beneath the mire. We've just met. I am Artemir, son of Ilkamir, and I call the White City my home. From where do you come, my friend? No matter your answer, you are far from home in this place, I warrant. Yes, I am quite far from home right at the moment.
I was sent here by Denethor, the ruling steward of Gondor, on an errand of some importance.
I was sent here by Denethor, but it was entrusted to me in confidence, and I should not speak of it now. I can tell you that it was a great honor to be selected for this errand, and that Denethor chose me personally, even before Faramir his son. I am certain that a successful end of this endeavor will elevate my stature in Steward's esteem. I evaded a number of orcs on the journey here, but it seems that some of them have followed me here. If you are as established an adventurer as you seem, perhaps you could do something about these creatures. They seem to be all over the marshes by now, and they endanger my errand. Oh, they endanger many errands. Artemir seems to mean no harm, but his presence here could threaten many fortunes. Did Frodo come this way? If he did, you should seek for signs of him while you hasten Artemir on his way. Okay, so I need to defeat orcs in the Dead Marshes. Okay, so I need to find orcs. There seem to be other things, and he goes, is that an orc? Yes, that is a marshland orc. Well, we could do that. Okay, let's go. Whoopsie-daisy. So I have orcs in the mire. Defeat orcs in the Dead Marshes. Whatever these orcs are hunting for in the Dead Marshes, it furthers the plans of the enemy. They will have less luck in finding their quarry if there are fewer of them to search. Defeat a good number of orcs in the Dead Marshes. Okay, dokie. So now I need to kill 8 orcs in the Dead Marshes, and I need to kill 15 orcs in the Dead Marshes. And fortunately, through the magic of double dipping, killing 15 of them will also complete the 8th quest. Okay, dokie. So, it's time to kill orcs. More orcs. Oopsie-daisy. Whack! And double whack. Oh, and heal. We can't forget the heal. It appears that I found a note on one of these orcs, so I'm going to go back and report that. And once that's done, I'm sure I'll be able to find more orcs as I go along in here. Now, which way am I supposed to go? This appears to be the proper place. Hello, I found this note on one of the orcs.
You found something. Let me see what you found.
Artemir takes the crumpled parchment from you and unfolds it, but in mere moments he shakes his head. This is written in the speech of the orcs, and no reputable man of Gondor ever studies such words. My father never trusted the written word to begin with. Ilkhamir was a man of action and of deeds, and I am no different from my sire. But I can tell you this much. Even without knowing the words themselves, this parchment contains orders for the orcs. They have been sent to this dreary land, much as I have been. But for what purpose? Artemir's brow is creased in thought, and he considers what goal the orcs might have within the Dead Marshes. I'm not going to tell him my guess, but your worry is deeper than his. Did Frodo come this way? And does the master of the orcs know this?
Explore the swamp, but step with caution. The footing is treacherous.
I am troubled by the presence of these orcs, and I can tell by your expression that you are as well. Have they come here for the same reason that I have? I dare say they have some fell purpose, quite unlike that of the ruling steward. But still, I must ask, how many reasons can there be to come to such a miserable land? Perhaps you can find some hint of their objective by exploring this foul swamp? There is no notable places to be found of a certainty, but you must step carefully. Try searching the north, the northwest, and the west of my camp, and you may find some clues of the orcs' interest here. While you're at it, you might also find the entrance to the orc camp, for I think that it is likely to have established one. Do not go inside just yet, though. But we should know where it might be found, wouldn't you say? I'll search as well, and meet you back at this place. Walk with caution. I have found the footing to be quite treacherous. Oh, wonderful. The quest is asking me to explore several points. First, explore the north of Artemir's camp. Is that where this quest arrow is pointing me to? I guess we'll find out in a moment. But it looks like we've got Norbox here also. The emphasis on the bog part, probably. A buzzing in the reeds. Well, I'm not going to consider this an important quest. If I finish it, I finish it. But killing random bugs is not a priority here. Now, getting rid of orcs so that there are fewer orcs for certain people to encounter is, yeah, I consider that to be a good pursuit. But killing random spirits and bugs, that's another matter. But if they're in the way, I might as well try for the XP, right? Some disturbance of the has weakened many of the dead spirits within the marshes. They should really be returned to their rest. Defeat a good number of fell spirits. Okie dokie. I suppose I can do that. Very definitely any that are in the way are going to be given some rest. I guess that's the way I should phrase it, right? Or they should be inconvenienced. That could be another way of expressing it. Inconvenience a spirit here or there or anywhere. Now, let's see. How far do I need to go now? I'm getting pretty close to the first of the scouting points. It's probably going to tell me that there are spirits here. I mean, right? Below the water surface, the drowned wood seems to beckon with watery tendrils. Okay. If you say so. Oh, okay. For a moment there I thought I wasn't going to reach them, but it appears that it worked quite fine. I'm beginning to see some structures in the reeds. I suspect there's a orc camp hidden in here. You have found the entrance to the orc camp as Artemir requested. Okay, so now I've found the entrance here. So he said not to go in yet. So I'm going to follow those words. So I guess I could skirt the camp to check explore the west of Artemir's camp and explore the northwest of Artemir's camp. Well, so this is going to be north of the orc camp, it looks like. Okay, perhaps a little bit further from the orc camp than I expected. The rocky crag rises out of the swamp, and you feel exposed to the sky. Oh well, there's one more area, and that is down this. Can I go over here? Just hope I don't have one of those winged Nazgul around here. Yeah, go this way. We've got about 400 more meters, and then we will have that end covered. Ah, gotcha! Now, let's get going. At least I'm going to have some hope of completing this fell spirit quest. But only a couple more left. Maybe I could get it done before I reach my destination. The sound of insects is overwhelming at this nest. And I don't want to tarry here. But I do have a few more insects I need to kill before finishing that quest. So I guess I might as well do that and take advantage of the population here by reducing it. Then I could head back over to the Gondorian and deliver my report. It sounds like the woods near where I live when the cicadas are at their peak. Oh, okay. Now I think of it, the cicadas sound a lot louder and a lot more omnipresent. But it does remind me of them a little bit. Maybe I killed enough of them to keep things quiet for the next 17 years. Well, I'm back.
This place does play tricks upon the mind, does it not?
Hello, my friend. You've come back? Yes, I'm fine, Pine Lord. I saw the oddest thing. A treasure just below the water. I could nearly reach it, but then it seemed to be gone. I remember that you were expecting to see me again, and I came back to meet you. This place does play tricks upon the mind, does it not? Yeah.
I trust you. I will tell you the nature of my errand in this miserable land.
And perhaps you can better help me to accomplish my plans, and then return to my home in triumph. I will give you anything for this victory, my friend. The gratitude of the steward will do much for my family's position. Long ago, the peace of Gondor was threatened by the Wainriders from the east, cruel men who rode down their enemies in great wheeled chariots. It is said that Ondahur, one of the last of the true line of the kings, faced the Wainriders in battle on the Great Plain, but was defeated. No sign was ever found of the king or of his forces, and Steward Denethor believes that the Wainriders might have driven him into the dead marshes before he perished. Do you think that unlikely? I would say so too, but for this. Denethor had of late a dream in which he beheld the banner of the king flying proudly against the night sky. Could it be the banner of Ondahur, last of the line of kings descended from Meneldir, an Aryan son? The strange waters of the swamp must have preserved it after all this time, and I must find it and return with it to Minas Tirith. I have a feeling I know what banner he saw. If these orcs have found the king's banner, they might be keeping it in a storage cache in their camp. Return to their camp and search these caches to ensure that they have not. Well, I need to search for caches to look for a banner that I'm pretty sure is not there. But that'll be for the next episode of Lore of the Shadow.